By next year, I mean by 2025, 3.5 million positions will be vacant in cybersecurity field. So many vacancies coming in this field because on one hand, cybercrime and cyber attack are increasing very fast. To tackle these attacks, it is necessary to have enough number of cybersecurity expert. But the questions come here. After all, how to become a cybersecurity expert? There was a research done by the cybersecurity community, and according to the research, 97 users are becoming victim of cyber attack or cyber crime every minute, and 6 users are becoming victim of data loss and data breach per second. Somehow they are becoming victim of cybercrime or cyber attack. There is a website of Indian government. According to their website, I had seen a report of their. According to the report, in just 1 year, what I mean to say is that only in 2023 in India, 11 lakh something cases have been reported. Don't know how many such cases are there which have not been reported, and that could also mean that those people might not have been realized that they have become a victim of cybercrime. The amount involved in it is 75 billion rupees. You can understand how this scam is happening, what kind of attack vector is in front of us, how big is the challenge, or we have to understand the risk of that we face when we use the IT systems. And to handle these attacks, to mitigate the risk, it is very important to have cybersecurity expert in the market who have the necessary knowledge about the cybersecurity. According to the research, all the cybersecurity experts there are in the India in the present time, if we increase it by 89%, then only we will be able to meet the need of cybersecurity skill in the entire market. After all, what qualification required to become a cybersecurity expert? How can we become a cybersecurity expert? If you have a 12th passed out, if you have graduate or done a diploma in computer science, then this degree will help you in getting a job. Especially in cybersecurity, you do not need any degree to become an expert. Your knowledge, your technique, your tactics are seen here, but the question is how we will learn this technical technique and how will it come into us. What should be its roadmap? If we talk about the roadmap, it has 5 pillars. The entire cybersecurity is dependent on these 5 pillars. If we talk about it, friends, the first pillar of cybersecurity is computer fundamental. Fundamental means what is the hardware of the computer, how does the CPU works, what are the component of a CPU, how is data transmitted inside the computer. You will have to take all the knowledge. The second pillar is operating system. Operating system, my friend, you must know that the operating system, what it is the work. If you are a normal user and want to do any work in your computer, then you need operating system which will help you to give your instruction to the computer. As a cybersecurity expert, as a cybersecurity researcher, you should have knowledge of all these operating systems, in which the first and most important one is Linux OS. There are different versions of Linux, different flavors. Here are the flavors you should know about. For example, you should have knowledge of Kali operating system. You should have knowledge about of Parrot operating system. You should have knowledge of Linux, Black Charge, CentOS, Red Hat, Ubuntu, and Fedora. There are many different flavor of Linux. After that, if we need to know about any OS, then it is a Windows operating system. Windows operating system. So my friend, because maximum user in India use Windows operating system because of its better graphical user interface, and there is why its Windows operating system is a views attack vector. If we talk about the next operating system, then it should be we know about the Mac OS and iOS. How we can forget another operating system which we and you use? Mostly we all use in our mobile. That is Android OS. You should also know about the Android OS. If we talk about what information should we know about the OS, it is how is the installation done, how is the configuration done, how is the issue troubleshooted, what are its permissions, how is the root or admin access, what are the permission required to access the root. You will have to collect all this information. After this, if we talk about the third pillar, and it is a very important pillar, it is a data communication and computer network. Data communication means how data is transmitted from one place to another in a computer system and computer network. What are the layer and what is the OSI model? What is a TCP/IP model? What are the connection layers and connection oriented communication? What is the UDP, TCP is the kind of communication? You should have this information. Along with this, you will also have to collect information about which protocol work on which layer of OSI. This will help you in deciding on which layer we have to attack or test, or if we are attacked inside any organization, then on which layer of OSI is there any attack on the application layer, or has the user interface been attacked, or has been attacked on the physical layer, meaning there has been an attack on the most basic level of the organization. This will help you understand, along with this, what are the common protocols of computer network, what are their respective ports, what is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS, what is the difference between FTP and SFTP. You will have to know all this. The fourth pillar of computer security is cloud computing and virtualization. My dear friend, in the present time, all the applications that are being deployed are either being done with the help of virtualization or with the help of cloud computing. What I mean to say is that if we talk about the cloud computing, the common cloud computing platform are AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure. All these are market leaders. You should know about them, what service they provided, and you should also know about their storage like S3 bucket, OneDrive, and Bitbucket. At the same time, you should know about its policy, permissions, IAM role, user role, security policy, firewall, etc. Along with that, if we talk about virtualization, then what many companies and organizations do is that they buy a very big server with a heavy configuration, and after virtualization the same server, they deploy their service in it with the help of Docker and Kubernetes. Last but not least, the most important pillar is security framework and tools. Security frameworks means that some rules that have been created within the security. In cybersecurity, what I mean to say is that there is a first rule set or framework in it, OWASP. OWASP is a standard which, when you do assessment of web application, I mean when you do vulnerability assessment of a web application or try to find out bug, in that case OWASP top 10 will help you a lot. What is OWASP top 10? This is a globally recognized framework in which all the most dangerous vulnerabilities are kept in a top 10 series. After this, you can follow Mitre attack framework. After this, there is a metasploitable framework. There are many such frameworks. The common tools, like in cybersecurity, we talk about penetration testing, we talk about vulnerability assessment. In that case, Bubsuit is a very important tool. Similarly, there is a SQL map and Nmap. With Nmap, you can do basic fingerprinting and information gathering. Do we have any dependency on any programming language to become a cybersecurity expert? Yes, my dear friend. If you have to pen test the application, or if you have to review secure code, then for all these profiles, I mean to say, if you have a researcher profile, if you want to go into the engineering profile, or if you want to go into the offensive security profile, then for that cases, there are two programming languages which you should know about. First is Python. You should have scripting knowledge in Python. It is not that you should have too much development knowledge. You should just have basic scripting. How does Python take play inputs? How does it handle that input? What are the variables? What is the functions? How is an object defined? This is all the information you should know. JavaScript. You should have knowledge of JavaScript. The same thing in that you should have the syntax. You should know what the sync and source. If you have a knowledge of shell scripting or bash scripting, then this is a plus point for you. About the certification, to start with, which certifications should we prepare for, which will help us in a getting job and sharpening our cybersecurity knowledge. My dear friend, there are some common certification which if you follow then it will help you in any role of cybersecurity. The first name comes CompTIA Network Plus, CompTIA Security Plus, CCNA Certified Ethical Hacker. Certified Ethical Hacker is a certification which is provided by EC Council, an organization which is globally recognized. This certification does not matter to you in the development field, but if you want to prove your knowledge in the security field, then this certification matter a lot. And at the same time, some of these certifications help you in a getting job. But if you want to advance certification or you have decided your field, there are different field in the cybersecurity such as offensive security, defensive security, researcher profile, engineer profile, and officer profile. For these profiles, what will be the career path for all these job roles? What will the roadmap? I will bring different videos for that on this channel only. All of these have a different separate certification. For example, if you want to go into the offensive security, then you can do OSCP certification. I mean, offensive security certified professional certification. See you again in the next video. I am going to bring the next video for each role. Ethical hacking or cyber security is not a huge rocket science. It is a technique. The more knowledge you have, the better your technique and tactic will be. See you in the next video. Till then, Jai Hind.